also sum up the rest of the boards, because it's Vachier, Carlsen, board 1, Karyaki and Morozevich, as you said, on board 2, and next to them it's Dubov, Ivanchuk, and on board 4 the surprise player of the event so far for us is Marin Bosiocic of Croatia, facing Badur Jabava, and on board 5 Yuyangi Nakamura. The games have begun, so I will zip up and start talking about the game.
Okay, so well, I already missed the moves order. I think it was kind of D3 with rook on f1. So Roy Lopez Magnus decided not to go for a Berlin, but instead he follows pretty much the lines he was playing during his match against Sergei Karyakin. So same lines of Roy Lopez, and to keep it more complex, let's say, which is a nice strategy. Look, and he has 3 minutes in this position, so played very quickly.
As you said the other day, this is the first round of the day, is always the one that you can prepare for.
Even for a blitz.
Yes.
Right. So, not that it's that easy to guess what Magnus is going to play. Okay, now knight d5. If you take on d5, white takes with the bishop, and then, he takes, bishop takes, and then this spin is somewhat unpleasant. So you probably play knight a5. No, queen d7. And then it's gonna be knight d8, perhaps. So that if bishop retreats, knight will go to e6, yes. And that's the idea. d4. So is knight d8 possible? Not really. Knight d8, he's gonna take on e5, win the pawn. Queen on d7 will be hanging, so you can't even recapture. Isn't Magnus in somewhat... I mean, does he... Look, rook b8 will be met with de5, and you can't take de5 because of bishop f7.
True.
So he's in a bit of a trouble, I'm afraid.
Yes, this hanging bishop on b7, the hanging queen on d7, there are tactical motives because of these pieces.
Yeah, I think he has to take on d4. Like ed4, knight d4, and look for a move here. But this helps white knight to get on f5. Has to be very careful.
Maybe he wants to take and then bishop f6.
He can. Now I realize that he can play bishop f6 at once as well, because then in this case bishop f7 is no longer a motive, because you can take with the queen. So it's basically a choice between bishop f6 or d4. And he spent quite some time. He's on 130 already. And he takes. Knight captures immediately, bishop f6 as you suggested, knight f5, right, and then queen g4 is pretty much a motive.
Once again the queen will be hanging on d7.
Yeah, with knight h6 idea. So knight d8, and how do you meet queen g4? By playing king h8 apparently. That's the only way I can think of.
It's a bit ugly, but...
What to do, right. Rook e1, calm move played, so that bishop d5 will be met with queen d5. Rook e1. Yeah, interesting. I actually thought if white is not retreating the bishop on d5, he is planning to take with the pawn, but strangely enough. But look what Magnus does. Rook e8, he likes to keep the pressure, right, to keep the tension. He doesn't want to exchange by himself. I don't know if he really likes the knight on b7 though, because I thought if you take, queen takes, and you'd be able to play knight e6 instead of knight b7. Now if white takes on b7, you'll have to take with the knight. Well, so, not that this game is... Well, it looks like a serious game. That's interesting.
It is very serious, and it seems to be very comfortable for Maxim. c3 in order to develop the bishop from
bishop
c1.
Bishop d5, queen d5, and then knight e6, apparently. Knight c6 back, which is kind of... Well, knight e7, perhaps, he wants to play. Knight went back to g3
to prevent knight e7.
To prevent exchanges, but on the other hand, it doesn't look like white improves his position.
Not
After
really.
g6, knight is restricted.
Yes, now it's a bit weird with the bishop on f4 and
yeah,
knight
bishop
on
f4,
g3.
knight e5, knight is heading to c4. Now I prefer black, actually.
Me too. Suddenly it has changed. Maybe this knight g3 was inaccurate.
Yeah, I'm not really claiming that black is better already, but
No, but
since
much more comfortable than
yeah,
before.
he was, well, kind of in uncomfortable position, and now it seems like he managed to regroup, and it looks quite decent for black. c6. Well, d6 will be somewhat weak, but on the other hand, you want to play c6 in order to kick this queen away. Queen a2, not that this move you expect. Queen a2, planning for rook d2, targeting d6. Is h5 a move, would be my question, or queen g4 to start with? Queen g4, attacking the bishop. Somehow I don't like this queen
h5,
a2.
I like your
yeah,
idea.
h5 to chase the knight away, and also the rook will be hanging.
Suddenly it just looks
back.
so weird. Look at the queen on
Bishop
a2,
c1.
bishop on c1.
Bishop c1, then you can play, I mean, if needed, you can play knight c4, protecting d6, blocking the
h5,
queen.
h3.
h5, h3, and queen to e6, offering the exchange. So rook takes. So one more time. The only weakness for black is a d6 pawn, which can more or less be, more or less easily protected. In the worst case, with the bishop from e7, knight went to c4 and to a5 after b3. I think white pawns just start to be hanging. So if you play b4, yeah, and he did play b4.
Oh, but
so
look at
after
that
knight
outpost on c4.
Yeah, the knight is, well, massive on c4. Protects the pawn as well, and this is just underlined by rook e8 move. e5 is already like giving a pawn.
Yes, he has sacrificed pawns
f5
for
and
f5
e4,
and e4.
intermediate move.
Immediately played by Magnus Carlsen.
e4. Well, rook d1? No, rook d7 was played. Then black as well. No, I'm not sure of this e4. Perhaps he didn't like the fact that, well, knight e4 would be played if he would move the rook, right? Yeah, the alternative to e4 was rook e7, after which knight e4 looks nice for white.
Yes.
Yeah, so he unblocks the scope for the bishop.
Takes on f5,
Takes
but
on
knight
f5,
on f5 is very nice. E3.
and plays e3, which is a risky business, but he packs this bishop on c1, so the bishop is not moving. Rook e5, and that's a critical moment, because if white can take on e3,
he doesn't take.
He cannot take, apparently, because it would have been a very serious pin. But now he takes, and now black can exchange. No, it doesn't work. He was probably counting on exchanging on e3 and taking rook d4, but there was rook e8 intermediate. Okay, this moment has gone, and Maxim still runs under this terrible pin.
On the e5, but it seems that he has managed to
King
save the
g1
piece.
and rook
They are repeating
e5
moves,
and
f5.
f5 planning for f4.
Yeah,
is there a way
rook
for
e1,
white?
rook e1.
Rook e1, knight e3, and f4. Knight c2, bishop h4. Magnus is winning. Magnus is winning. I don't really see. Yeah, bishop h4, and Maxim resigns.